raised. I just want to go back to something that I just read. And was baptized by John. I want to let our audience know Jews are now and have always been self-immersers. Nobody baptizes us. When a Jew goes to ritual immersion, no, that's something we do. Nobody pours water on us. Nobody dunks us. This is the way it has always been. Nobody baptizes us. Okay. According to Mark, Jesus becomes the Son of God at his baptism. Of course, again, with Jewish men and women who are observant, go to the mikveh, which is the ritual immersion bath, usually once a week before Shabbos, before Shabbat, or after a woman's cycle, women go. So this baptism is going to mikveh was something of a common sense. This would mean that everything Jesus did from that moment on was done with the authority of the kingship, including choosing the 12 apostles. But it would also mean that Jesus had lived for approximately 30 years without being the Son of God. So Mark moved the date for Jesus becoming the Son of back 1 or 2 or 3 years, depending on which gospel you use. The next book to be written was the Gospel of Luke, and it was written about a decade after Mark's Gospel. All right, and let's take a look at what he says. He moves it back even further. And the angel said unto her, Fear not, Mary, for you have found favor with God. And behold, you shall conceive in your womb and bring forth a son, and shall call his name Jesus. He shall be great, and shall be called the Son of the Highest. And the Lord God shall give unto him the throne of his father David. Okay, now you have to go back and take a look at that. This is directly referring to the Jewish definition of being the Son of God, meaning kingship. Okay? According to Luke, God announced that Jesus would become the Son of God, the highest, when he was still in his mother's womb. This is not unlike with Jeremiah being called or charged by God in his mother's womb. Luke agrees with Mark that it was at the baptism that he becomes the king. All right? Matthew would be written about a decade after Luke, and he agrees with Luke as well. The last gospel to be written was that of John, and this was written probably around 5 years later. John writes, In the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. And the Word was made flesh. To me, this means the Torah actually becomes a person, and dwelt among us. And we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. Go back to that word, to those two words, the only begotten of the Father. Now, if you mean this in a regular sense of God making an earth woman pregnant and having a little God, I guess you could interpret it like that. Or you can go to Exodus chapter 4, verse 22, and you realize that it says that Israel is the Bechor, that Israel is God's firstborn. Okay. From John's point of view, then, Jesus was the Son of God at the very beginning of creation. So this takes his authority all the way back. So when did Jesus become the Son of God in the New Testament? It depends. The answer is that it depends on which book you read and who you agree with. This reveals something that very few Christians seem to know. The New Testament is not a unified document that expresses a complete theological position. No holy book on the planet is. It is a collection of books that were written by authors from communities that held very different beliefs. It wouldn't be until 325 of our era, over 2 centuries after these books were written, that the Emperor Constantine would provide the authority, the power, the wealth that would lay the theological foundation that is believed today. Thank you. Shalom.